Hey everybody, welcome to this lovely stream. How's everybody going? This is myself, host and co-host Jax, and
Hello,
I hope
Eli.
everybody's having an excellent night. How you doing, Laura? Brenda, thanks for being here.
How you feeling,
Um,
Brian?
Terry, what's up, man? What's going
Hi,
on?
Terry.
Um, I'll just bring Sheriff up, interviewing him right now. But
Howdy, everybody.
Well,
uh,
hey, Sheriff.
Jax will share some kind words that she wants to say to everybody. So. We're just gonna go and mute Sheriff, and then we'll start after that.
I don't know if y'all know, really great content creator, Murad Haunted Journeys. He passed away, from the pandemic. Um, Also a good friend of mine that I made a very good friend in is Christopher Sin Sweeney. We called him Straight Jacket. He was part of the HTD crew. We've lost him. Also, another friend on YouTube. We don't say we're not going to say her name, who it is, but she lost her significant other also to the pandemic. Couple people out there that are really sick that need your prayers. Kingsport Explorers, Brandon. He's really sick. He's got 19. So if you guys can give your prayers out there. My girl Tina France, she's very sick, very very sick. She went to go get tested today. And last but not least, my boy Jody Dean. He was in a car accident. He's fine. He's healing. Um, he will get better. What doesn't beat him will make him stronger. But if you guys keep everybody that I've mentioned in your prayers tonight, just say a little prayer before you go to sleep or whatever you do. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And we're just going to do a little, like, 30 seconds moment of silence for them. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Much love. And let's get to know more about Mr. Sheriff.
Real quick,
Oh,
man, I just want to say I'm sorry for y'all's losses and the mom, dad, and loved ones that are going through everything. Um, I've been through it before, and it's sad, and it's sad, being sick and everything else. And I just want to say, like, I mean, if you guys ever want to talk, we're here on Twitter. So
Definitely, we're here. Just hit us up on the DM. We're always here to listen, all the time.
howdy, Laura Lee. And howdy, everybody out yonder. I see you over there in chat, man. Just wanted to
Chatland.
say hi.
hey guys,
So real quick, Eli, I wanted to tell you before we went live. So Jason spoke to his boss. There might be a yes on the investigation of Pizza Hut.
oh,
Cool.
sweet, Doris,
Yes,
what's up?
that'll be our big first investigation. That place is haunted.
Where you going? Lost Souls Paranormal. Brenda.
Vinny, you just got here.
No, he says good night or something. Eli.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Losso
just got
good.
here a second ago.
Oh yeah. So let's get started. Sheriff, can you tell me a little bit about your channel and how you started it? And
Well, actually, I started, a couple years ago, and I really didn't know what I was going to do on it. I just started it out on a whim, and then a couple of guys asked me to, come on with them, and I was like, okay, well, that sounds like it'd be fun. And so I did that. And then I started out, I was like, well, I'll make some content. I'll do my job as a concrete truck driver, so I'd show going to jobs and the actual concrete finishers pouring the concrete out of the truck, while I'm in the truck running it and that sort of thing. And then I was like, well, what else can I do? Well, showed some of the old wrestling days when I was actually in it, in the indie circuit, and we had our own show. And so I put a few videos up for that, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I really like, and that's the history, because I lived like 5 minutes from the Chickamauga battlefield, and So I started doing stuff on the Chickamauga battlefield, and it exploded from there. And I enjoy it. I mean, I really enjoy doing the history stuff, and paranormal came after that. So now I've got basically parahistory, I guess would be what you kind of call it. But I still do a little comedy, you know, and try to break things up a little bit and keep everybody interested.
That's
Howdy,
cool.
Wolf.
Hey, Wolf. And how's it going? Um, Now with that, like, I mean, man, I know you do a lot of research and everything. With the research is there. Um, but AAP, thanks for sharing me out. Thanks for being here. Um, I just want to say, like, because I know there was a lot of history in those battlefields that you investigated and did stories on them and everything else, and I could imagine all the people that died in those fields and all the bloodshed and everything else, and a lot of paranormal there as well. Like, I bet you heard a lot of stuff and you've seen a lot of paranormal experiences that
Well,
you
you
can't
know,
catch on camera.
at first, I didn't think about that. I realized that it was a great number of people that passed away on the battlefields,
Mm.
and things. And it wasn't until I actually come down off the fence, but I was a believing skeptic. So basically, I was on the fence,
Mm.
and I was on a live stream with some folks, and actually saw a spirit sit down on a couch and the cushion pressed down.
Wow.
That's when I come off the fence and said, "Yep, it's real."
So can you say it probably followed you home?
No, it didn't. It didn't follow me home. I was actually
Oh, my bad. I
uh,
thought you said a couch. Sorry.
I was actually on a live stream, and they had their camera on, and I
Oh, okay,
actually
okay.
saw the meter, the K2 meter light up,
Oh, okay, my
and
bad. Oh, yeah,
and
sorry.
it pressed down. I was like, "Holy smokes! It is real."
Wow. Did you try? Did you try to do maybe a spirit box?
Oh, we did. They did a one on the live stream and asking questions to the spirit that was there. It would actually light the K2 up.
Okay.
Answering the questions like, "Yeah, I'm here," and that sort of thing.
Did you get any feeling off of it? Like, of course, it's there.
Not then. I didn't.
No.
Uh,
Um.
but but once I started getting into it a little more and talking to people and stuff like that, then I started getting the feelings. When I'd go to the battlefield,
Hmm.
like somebody was there. But I couldn't see them. But I felt it.
Yeah.
So it was neat and scary all at the same time.
When you mean my share of the UK, oh man, how did you did you have a cold sensation in your hands? Did your
No, it was just
was it
like I felt like somebody was watching me.
okay? All right.
I kept doing this, but there's nobody there.
Okay.
So I just had that feeling that somebody was watching me
Yeah.
when I was there.
When did you I mean, I know that you start getting on this battlefield and into paranormal stuff. Um, did you research the paranormal too? Whenever you
No,
start hearing,
I actually didn't. I actually have just talked with people, and that's how I found out a bunch about the paranormal and what certain things are and what this is and what that is. And then once um, I was told by a shaman what was going on because I was having a lot of deja vu,
mhm.
then I started researching. Okay, well, what's this about? And so I found out what it was, what that was about, and that I learned how to kind of open myself up a little bit,
Mhm.
but didn't realize that when I opened up myself a little bit, it opened me up like a lot.
Well, how did it open up? Like, what did he do to help you open it up?
Just him and a few others have said, just go in and clear your mind and be open minded and do your actual regular history stuff and let it happen. So that's what I did.
Okay.
And the first, I guess the first experience I had, I was at the Chickamauga battlefield. I was actually doing a live stream,
Mm.
and basically one of the spirits wanted a duel. So I spun around real quick, and I was ready to fight. And now that I think about it, it was funny because what are you going to do? Swing at air?
Like,
I mean, come on.
Did you like sense him there? Did you like it's just like someone behind you? Like, oh damn! Like,
It's
did you
like
sense
it's like
something?
I
Like
heard it coming across the spirit box, and they're saying fight, duel, that type of thing. And then I felt behind me something was behind me. So I spun around real quick. And the two people that I had on my live stream were talking me down, said, "No, you don't want to do that. Don't do it. Don't do it." But I mean, I literally was ready to turn around and start fighting. Nothing.
wow.
So I learned then, just keep your composure no matter what's said, and just stay cool, And
I know you were telling me a story about in the distance you've seen like soldiers charging each other. I know
yeah,
you told me
that was from the New Market battlefield. That battle actually had 257 Virginia Military Institute cadets in it, and they ranged from age 15 to 25.
Oh wow.
And they were charging the northern cannons because they couldn't sit in the spot they were sitting at because they were behind a fence. There's gaps in the fence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the cadets took it upon themselves to charge this hill without being ordered to do it. They charged across that field better than 100 yards. Better than 100 yards.
Wow.
And there was 10 that died, 44 or 46 wounded during that particular battle. And it actually has a movie attached to it called Field of Lost Shoes. And what it is the field had freshly been plowed, and it had rained 2 days up to that battle. So when they went running across there, their feet were sinking, and they were literally coming out of their shoes running across this field. But under those circumstances, they actually did capture the northern cannons. It was considered a Confederate victory.
I know you also said before Jack speaks, I know you also said that they stole the cannons from them as well.
Yeah, they turned them around and was using them against the Union.
Yeah. Oh, it made me think like when I was watching the videos, I was like, those things are still up. Those things like the stuff.
Yeah,
wow.
There's actual steel cannons from. I mean, they've cleaned them up and stuff like that, but
yeah,
they're actual cannons from the Civil War. And I was actually standing on that battlefield, looking back toward where the cadets had charged from, and saw them. I mean, I saw them coming across the field at me because I was standing where the cannon placements were. And as soon as they got to they clashed with the Union, I didn't see anything else. It just went all the way up to that, and then that's where it ended.
Oh, like, can you imagine that, man? Like people that got killed on that field and gave their freedom, gave their lives, so we can have that history, And I was thinking about it, like when I was going home, and I seen like all the land out here where I live at, and I'm just like,
there's actually a friend of mine, Adventures with Beth.
mm-hmm.
She actually lives on part of the battlefield that I've done research on that she asked me to do, and it's the Battle of Bentonville. Now she actually lives on some of the battlefield itself.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen a couple of your videos.
And it was cool that I could actually do the research and pull everything up for her so she could actually have something to say. This is what my land is attached to.
Yeah, I know. On one of your videos, I heard like some shooting, but like fire going on in the background.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
I was sitting there, and you can tell the difference between a gunshot being shot now as to a rifle being shot back then and a cannon being shot back then, because it's totally different sound. Like your rifle shot now will echo, a lot. Well, these it's just like a pow or boom, but it doesn't echo.
Yeah. So you think it's like residual, right?
Possibility. It's a good possibility. It's like a residual that plays over and over like a loop.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, that's crazy. Like, I mean, just think about that. Jackson, do you have something to say? Any questions?
No, well, young kids today, we were talking about it earlier. You talk about this stuff, and they're like, "When did this happen? How long ago did this happen? How many kids their age died when this happened?"
1861 to 1865.
And they were young. They were kids. They were babies, basically 15, 16.
Your 12 and 13-year-olds were your drummers.
Yep. And they got shot sometimes.
There were 13, 14-year-olds that were the height of an 18-year-old and enlisted and fought in these wars. So they were fighting at 14, 15, 16, all the way up to their 20s.
And these were women's children. These were the women's babies. I mean, they would come in and say, "Well, oh yeah, Uncle Sam wants you, so you're coming."
But see, you had to be a minimum of 16 before you could actually sign up to fight.
And now you're 16 and you're not even. They don't even consider you.
Now you have to be 18 now.
Right, we have to be 18 now, but a 16-year-old now, they don't even consider legally in their right mind to take care of themselves.
Now,
they don't know what they want for themselves until they're 18, which I'm like.
And then they don't even at 18.
No, they'll put a gun in your hand at 18, but you have to be 21 to drink.
Yep, exactly. Well, how about like when they enlisted back then? I know you've done a lot of research, that's why I'm asking you. I know that did they supply the guns back then, or
yes, yeah.
Okay, I thought you had to have
it. They actually supplied the South and the North actually supplied weapons for the armies. But here's the kicker: the South didn't have as much as the Union did.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them brought their own hunting rifles and things like that with them.
Okay. Just want to know.
I mean, they brought their own homemade knives that they had made.
Yeah.
For up close hand-to-hand battles and stuff.
I'm trying to find what I wrote down. I saved something.
How about the flags? I mean, that's kind of neat how they have the flags from back then and stuff like that, like saved and stuff. I wonder how they were saved for that long.
People would have them, and they would be like, it would be a Confederate soldier maybe carried the flag, and he made it through the war. But the flag's battle worn and tattered and got gunshot holes in it. And what happens is that those people, like say the flag bearer would pass it down to his family. Well, it kept going down through the generations, and people were keeping it and keeping them put up and keeping them, together,
preserving them.
And they didn't have a way really to preserve them properly.
Right.
So they're kind of falling apart a little bit, and so that's where the Sons of Confederate Veterans come in, and they try to protect them and get them to the right people that can put them in things and keep them protected for years to come, so people can actually still see them.
Oh, nice.
Well, I know. I do know that like there are like 18, 19-year-olds on YouTube and all that, and then people say, "Well, what was it? Why did the America and why did they fight each other? We were both the United States." But they have to understand the Civil War was fought between the United States of America and the Confederate States of America. That's a collection of 11 southern states that left the Union. But in 1860, 1861, the conflict began primarily as a result of long-standing disagreement over the institution of slavery.
No.
The Union won the Civil War. Then the war effectively ended in April 1865. That's a long time. When the Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered his troops to Union General Ulysses S. Grant at the Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia. The final surrender of the Confederate troop was Western Paraffin came in Galveston, Texas on June 2nd.
Okay. The Civil War was started because the South wanted to govern itself.
Mm-hmm.
and do its own exporting to the Union. And the Union says, well, that's fine and dandy, but we're going to tax you on it. So war broke out. Slavery was never a part of the Civil War until Lincoln's second term, second year in office.
Right.
And I'll throw a curveball in it for you. When Robert E. Lee was invited to Appomattox for the surrender, it wasn't going to be Lee surrendering to Grant. It was the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Grant was going to be surrendering to Lee because Lee was handing him his butt, so to speak.
Right.
And doing it with less men. That's the thing that people have to look at.
Oh yeah, they definitely less.
Men.
Yeah.
Less men.
Can I say something about that? I know you're saying that slavery didn't come until then, right? But do you think they used slaves to fight their battles too as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually some of the slaves that actually told their masters that they wanted to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yes, there was Black Americans on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's actually one full regiment that was the 54th Massachusetts. That's all it was.
Do you know when the muskets were invented, so they could fight the war better?
Way back. I mean, you're talking like right way before the Revolutionary War.
A long damn time ago.
I mean, it's way back. I don't even know when, but here's just something to think about too. Not a lot of people knew that the Queen backed the Confederate States, and a lot of them were using Brown Besses, which is the rifle that they used during the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
It was a 69 caliber.
That's crazy.
That's a big piece of lead.
Well,
and as far as Lincoln being assassinated because he was against slavery, no, he was assassinated because the KGC, Knights of the Golden Circle,
mm-hmm.
you might have heard of, maybe you haven't. They were still out to get him because he just wasn't doing things right that they thought. And John Wilkes Booth, yes, actually did assassinate him, but he was also a member of the KGC.
Wow.
There was it was the thing is the KGC were together, and how it was supposed to happen is John Wilkes Booth was to assassinate Lincoln, but the rest of the KGC was supposed to assassinate his cabinet all at one time, all in one night. And it didn't turn out that way.
Wow. But so when you're saying that they could have got a cannon and throw it in the building and killed all of them they wanted to, like that, right?
But no, they were actually at separate places. Like Lee was at Ford Theater, watching a play, and there was some parties and stuff where a couple of the cabinet were, and then a couple were in bed at home and stuff like that. Well, they all knew where they were at, and they were going to do it all at one time, that night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think a total of 3 got killed that night, Lincoln being one of them.
Oh, no, what I was saying is they could have waited till all of them got together and just killed them all.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah, they didn't do it like they do now with the cabinet members. They don't.
Oh,
back
okay.
then they were just they didn't have what they have now. But
yeah.
And also they didn't have just the ability to wheel around this big old cannon and say, oh, it's invisible, you don't see it.
Right.
Those cannons were huge. There's no way. And even the guns were loud. There was no silence or nothing. They wouldn't have got away with it.
The only way they could have done it, and that was to use a long range cannon, which is still 17 to 1800 feet.
Yep.
Or yards, excuse me, 17 to 1800 yards away. I mean, and still, you're going to hear that thing go off.
Yes, it's going to make a loudly big bang. It's going to make a very big bang. You're going to hear it distance.
And there's going to be a lot of smoke too.
Yes, people are going to go, "What? Oh, I don't see anything." It's not, I mean, like I told you before, I love history. I love learning about history.
Yeah,
and things I don't know that I learn every single day.
Same here.
One thing that I'm going to say is, no war is good. Period. No, none. I will say that no war is good. It's just, to me, it's stupid. Is it necessary?
Back then.
But I'm going to tell you now that the people from World War I all the way up until today ain't got, I mean, put this in a way that they ain't got no cojones.
Right.
From World War I up, they ain't got no cojones. These gentlemen did. Because see, what you don't realize is these people were close enough they could see the whites of each other's eyes when they're firing at each other.
Yes, there was close range.
Oh, wow.
Wars are not fought like that anymore.
No.
We'll just launch this long range missile. We'll get them. No big deal. Well, okay, fine and dandy. But these guys are literally this far apart where they can see each other's whites of their eyes, and cannon fire is going off like crazy, both sides. So yeah, it took something for the men back then to actually say, you know what, come hell or high water, we're going to do this. We're going to win this war. We're going to win this battle.
Exactly. Do you have any videos you want to show? No. How about the equipment? First, let's talk about equipment. What kind of equipment do you use on your investigation? Do you mind showing?
Believe it or not. Let's see.
Hope you're doing good, Miss Donna. God bless you. Showing up, thank you.
This is one I use this one, which is my Nikon. That I use mainly for just still pictures and stuff. But what I do my actual video recording with is GoPros.
What's up, Corn Pop?
I'll try to get these things out and
no problem. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Moose?
Hey, Moose.
Hey, Moose, can you come at me on my videos, because I can't find you.
I found him, Eli.
You did? Okay.
Yep.
You can send me a link for later.
Everybody come digging. I got you earlier.
Same.
Moose, I got you earlier. I got Corn Pop earlier.
Yeah, anybody, just leave me a message and I'll get back to you. I just don't want you guys thinking I'm not watching your videos or anything. So I got
all right. All right, you saw the Nikon. That's what I do for still pictures. And here's 4 of the GoPros that I use to do video with. And this one here is actually a 360. It actually has.
Dang it, Ryan! I didn't even know that was you.
A lens on both sides.
Yeah.
Then I also have 4 other action cams that I use also for videoing.
Nice.
And that's mainly the stuff that I have. I don't have any kind of K2 meters or anything like that.
Now, what do you use to contact the spirits with?
I do have necrophonic and ghost tube.
Thank you.
Okay, how is that working for you?
And of course, I got the cat balls.
Oh, yeah, I knew you would.
And to make the necrophonic, louder, I've got that, or the ghost tube.
Right, Spitfire. That's awesome.
So I mean, I've got 3 short tripods, and then I have 2, the regular size tripods.
Awesome. And remember, we're talking about on the pre-interview that we're thinking, how spirit, how mirrors, they're like they're like the way you go into the afterlife, on the other side of the veil.
Right.
Do you think that like picture frames on the walls, like the mirror of the picture frame, do you think that can maybe be something that?
I actually asked around and got answers on that,
Okay.
and
I don't think I'm saying it
they
right.
said not really because of the clear glass,
Mm-hmm.
because the mirror has an actual backing on it,
Mm-hmm.
so it actually stops there. So, but I still myself think that maybe there might be a possibility that could happen.
Okay, me too. I think so too. Like even the pictures that were made by people. I mean, you know the creativity and the hard work and
The
you know
impression of them doing the
yeah,
painting or the sketch or whatever could
exactly,
be.
exactly. That stays with them, and you know what I mean. Like it's something else to actually think about that. But anything could happen. I always say that.
Right.
It
That's
was
always a possibility. Anything can definitely happen.
exactly. It's just like people being attached to items, like, and let's say that bed is gone and you go into empty property and you see a bed inside of your eyes. I mean, that could be something that they would be attached to, right?
Right. It's a possibility.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, Monster Man.
but they always will. It's like even if they're not, there's always what is it? I'm trying to think of. Like say you get a doll
Hey, Charles the
that
Moon.
has an attachment.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to stay with that attachment, but
Mhm.
just so long, and they'll be snapped back to where they're actually from.
Oh,
Like their home or something like that. They'll be
so
snapped back.
they can move back and forth.
It'll
Actually,
go back and forth between the doll and
yeah,
wherever.
yeah. So you're saying like I know we're talking about this the other day. Like I mean, like let's say like you said, a piece of wood on the house,
Yeah,
and let's say they use it to connect it to their house. That energy could stay with that energy always.
yeah. It's
It will
it's
store in
possible.
their
It's a possibility that they can use it to travel back and forth between their original place to where that board is. If they're attached to that house,
Donna
you know,
asks,
their
so
house.
does your loved one stay with us for a long time, or do you have to ask them to come to you?
I really don't know.
Well,
I haven't ever thought about do they stay here?
no.
Like I imagine they might if they like died in the home.
Yeah.
They might that possibility might be that way. But as far as like say my mom, see she passed away in a nursing home.
Hmm.
So she wasn't at my house, but she had stuff that she really like her genealogy. And I'm talking this, her room was packed full of books and stuff where she had done research. And there was so much stuff in that house, in that one room, it filled a 5x8 building, ceiling to floor, front to back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, I mean, she possibly could have been there with me, at that house. But I don't know. I didn't want to know. I didn't use no necrophonics. I didn't try to contact her, and I still haven't tried to contact her, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You just
Anybody's like, "Well, why? Why? It's your mom." I was like, "Yeah, but that's selfish of me to want to try to talk to her. You know, if I was going to do that, why don't I be just really selfish and try to contact my dad, which died when I was 11."
sorry for your loss, then.
So
Yeah. What's up, Ventures with these? Donna said, "See, my husband died at the hospital, but follows me where I am, just asking how long they stay."
they come and go. They don't stay like all the time. They're not 24/7. They basically they do their own thing. Like you may be going and doing something that you shouldn't be doing, but you don't think in that moment, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. But they're there to make sure that everything comes out.
Yeah,
I think that's a possibility.
exactly. Well, I always think that if you want them there with you, you could communicate with them. You might not feel them, but they're there. They're there looking. They're there watching you, making sure you do the right. So, some are spirit. Some become your
Well,
spirit guides too, as well.
I,
That's why.
I'm going I'm going to tell you this now, and I don't know how anybody feels about guardian angels, but my dad is my guardian angel
Nice.
because I will go starting to do something that I shouldn't do. Now I'm not thinking, oh, I shouldn't do this, but I'll feel this poke on my shoulder, like, don't do, no, don't do that, don't do that. I mean, it's annoying, and then I'm like, I go ahead and do it anyway, and then something crazy happens, and I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
So, I think it's my dad. I mean, when I was uh 15, I think, or 16, my I was in bed asleep. My dad was in a wheelchair when he died. I mean, he was actually he that's how he got around, was wheelchair. And I was 16, right at, I guess about 16, and I was dead asleep in my bed. My door slammed open and I woke up. Or so I thought I did. But I looked at the door and my dad was standing in the doorway. And he looked at me and he said, "Son, everything's going to be okay." And I rubbed my eyes and looked back at the door, and the door was shut.
Wow.
So,
He's there to protect you, you know. And Donna, you're not crazy, man.
and that's why I think that he's possibly my guardian angel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you do have guardian angels. I mean, they look after you almost every day. But it could be your guard, your parent, son, daughter, and like I was saying, Donna, you're not crazy, man. Like
No,
you're not. And a lot of people say, "Oh my God," you know what I mean? I don't want to talk to dead people, but you know what? They're there with you no matter what.
regardless whether you talk to him or not, you're surrounded daily,
Exactly.
and then you're surrounded by people you don't know.
Exactly. Um.
Um, I actually had a request to do a video from a spirit,
Wow. Well,
and the
if
spirit's name is Colonel John Mosby. He was a cavalryman for the Confederacy under Jeb Stuart, and he sent word through people that I needed to do a video on his men, the ones that had gotten captured and executed in a nasty way. So I did. I did. I did it, and believe it or not, it helped them to move on from the situation that they were in. And actually, he actually came across the spirit box and said thank you.
wow.
Colonel Mosby did. And so me and him's been kind of friends, so to speak, uh, ever since I did that. He knows I'm out to find the real facts about some of these battles and some of the things that were done to certain people, and what this, that, and the other we're talking about. And I don't use Wikipedia, folks. I do not. That is one site I will not, never, ever in my lifetime use. I use American Battlefield Trust, Civil War Trust, and the National Parks and Services. Because if
Yeah.
you want to find it, it'll be there. You just got to look.
So, what do you think about dowsing rods and pendulums?
Um, I don't know too much about pendulums, but I've seen people use them. But I don't know how they work, or I hadn't researched on how they work and how you're supposed to use it to make it, real still. Because I try to do something like that, and my hand's going to shake and it's going to move. So
Yeah, of course.
I don't see, I don't know about that. But dowsing rods, I've seen people using them. I've seen people do them the right way. I've seen them do it the wrong way. And I'm not knocking on anybody. I think dowsing rods do work.
They do.
I think they do, and that's my personal opinion. Because I've seen people use them, and they work just fine and dandy. And I've seen people manipulate them, because you can do it. You can manipulate them. But the thing is how you hold your hand. Most people, when they're holding dowsing rods, their thumb will be up here close to the top. So that's just too easy just to move your thumb just a little bit and move the rod.
Oh, yeah.
So, when I watch people do them, I make sure that their thumb is that far down, because that's where your thumb should be. It should be nowhere near the rod itself when you're asking questions and stuff.
Yeah. Now, when you use it, like I know you probably use one. When you contact us, you never use it. Okay.
I've never used them. I'm going to where I'm living at right now. The lady here is going to show me how.
Oh, okay.
How to use them the right way.
All right then. That's a good answer. What do you think about Ouija boards?
No.
No.
You can keep them some bitches as far away from me as you can possibly get them.
Exactly. Have you?
And I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Had an experience with a Ouija board. We were back in my days when I was in the heavy metal band. We found one in our practice house.
Wow.
Our lead singer actually rented the house, and we were just looking around, and everything. We found one, and I was like, "Yeah, not in this lifetime or any other." So me and my buddy started breaking it up. We broke it. I mean, broke it into pieces. I took part of it. He took part of it. I went on one side of the house. He went on the other side of the house. And I mean, we were just throwing them in every direction just to get rid of it.
Wow.
We woke up the next morning and come out the front door to the front porch. Guess what was sitting beside the door?
Board.
The Ouija board. Every stinking piece of it.
Wow.
And there's no possible way anybody could have found those things the way we threw them. Right. We counted the pieces. We broke it into 13 pieces.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's trippy.
Wow.
So yeah, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. My mom brought one in the house. I said, well, you can either take it back out of the house or I'm leaving. Your choice. Either I stay or it stays. You make up your mind, because I am not living in the same house with one of those. Oh, it's just a game. No, it's not. So she takes it to my grandmother's house. Her and my cousin start dabbling with it. And I say dabbling because they didn't know what the crap they were doing. And my cousin, after they got done, they closed it out. They did everything the right way they were supposed to do. They closed it out, and my cousin says, wonder what would happen if I laid it on the Bible. He laid it on the Bible. Guess what? It flew off the Bible.
Wow.
It never worked again after that either, because they tried. So, yeah, no, I don't want no part of no Ouija board.
No,
I don't care if you know. I don't care if you think you know what you're. No, keep them away from me.
Yeah. Have you ever had a evil? Not evil. Have you ever had like a evil attachment? Something that's not.
No, I haven't. I haven't had any experience like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's awful. I haven't either.
So,
do you think ghosts can travel?
well, yeah. I mean, they don't have to stay in one particular spot. I don't think.
But I know. Sometimes some people say, "Oh, well, I think they're trapped here." I'm just like,
they're not tethered here anymore. Once they're not tethered anymore,
they may be trapped here in this world, but they're not trapped as in like caught in a trap or stuck with some, stuck with a rope on their leg or anything like that. I mean, I think they may be trapped in this world because they can't move forward yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just saying this is what I think, because they're around us all the time, and people see them. I don't see them. I see orbs and stuff like that, but as far as actually seeing like a shadow figure or something like that, I've never seen one. So I don't know. But I think they may be trapped. They could be trapped here, as in, they haven't had the chance to move to either or.
How do you have anything to protect yourself with?
Yes.
Like, can you
Yes,
show, if you don't mind showing me?
I sure do.
Thanks.
If I can reach the darn thing. I keep it here by me all the time.
That's crazy, Liz. Wow. There you go.
It's my mojo jar. It's got amethyst. It's got smoky quartz. It's got quartz. It's got tourmaline. It's got citrine. It has my birthstone to make it especially my jar.
Nice.
But yeah, that's my and I go to the battlefield. It's in my pocket.
Awesome. I know you had some videos you wanted to show me. Do you have any? Did you want to share?
I don't videos. I don't have. I
Or
don't have a.
pictures or
Pictures.
I got.
pictures? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Pictures.
Yeah, I got a picture or two. Let's see here.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
I think the reason I do the history on the Civil War is because I was probably a Civil War soldier. I really think that.
I'll put that up real quick.
That's what I mean. I was in the Civil War in another life. That's what I have to say about that. I mean, it's why would I be so drawn to it? I mean, it's I haven't been able to explain the reason, because I hated history. I couldn't stand history back in school. I couldn't. You come at me at history? No, I failed it. That's how much I hated it.
Same.
But
I loved it, but
I started helping my mom doing genealogy and got interested in it again. So how could it not be that I may be, that I'm doing history on the Civil War, that I may have been in another life been in the Civil War?
true.
This is actually a picture at the Chickamauga battlefield. It's a series or it's a video that I did on the cabins that are in the Chickamauga battlefield, telling a little bit about them and everything. And this picture, if you look real close, you can see the bars on the door here. And there's the crossbar. And there's no possible way to get inside this cabin because it's under lock and key, and those are still bars that have that door shut.
Wow.
So you zoom in. Now what do you see?
A child and a gravestone.
Right. There's no possible way that a child can be in that cabin because the bars are so close together. It's hard to get my GoPro through in between them.
Yeah, if you go back and watch his video where he films this, he goes around all four sides, and all four sides there's iron. You're not in a lock. You're not getting in there.
Yeah.
So for that little boy looks like he's standing at the doorstep, like peeking out, watching what's going on outside, and there are bars right there. There's no way in hell the kid was standing there. You can
And
see his arms, everything.
And on the other side right here, there's no monuments or anything to make this gravestone be there.
Right.
So, and I've walked all the way around this thing. There's no possible way. I was literally 65 to 70 yards away when I snapped the picture, and never even saw this.
Wow. You can see the hat. You can see the bandage on his head. And
yeah, he's got a hat right here,
Mm-hmm.
and a bandage right here, and then around his neck is a bugle horn.
Mm-hmm.
So, was he in the war? Who knows? You know, it's a possibility. It's a real good possibility. But then you start zooming out, and you move over here, and you've got something here, right in the bend of the tree. Then there's one that's right here that you just barely can see. And then another one right here that you can barely see. And then one right here you can barely see. Then you zoom out a little more and you can see right here where another one is. Now this is all done in broad daylight. This picture was taken in broad daylight. Then once you start zooming in again, you come over here and you can see a face right here. Then you've got one that's right here also. And then you move over a little bit more and you see a Native American right here. And right there's the feather off the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's got multiple things in this one picture that still to this day I watch it and I look at it and I see what else I can see. And once you pull the screen back a little bit more, if you look right here, you can actually see one laying on the ground. Just barely see it. So yeah, this is probably my best capture that I've seen in any of the pictures that I've taken or anything in the battlefield. This is the only one that actually has something in it. Let's see. I got another one that we took. I took a screenshot of it. It was a live stream that we were doing. And everybody has to participate in this one to see if they can figure this one out. Where you at? There it is. Everybody pull a quarter out of their pocket or a dollar bill out of their pocket and look at the picture on it. This is for the people of the United States. If you're from the UK or somewhere like that, you wouldn't be able to do this. But pull an actual quarter or a dollar bill out of your pocket and see if you can tell me who is this right here. Because right there is his eyes, his nose, and his mouth, the bottom jawline, and then of course up here is his hair. Well, there is over here.
Can I like spoil the suspense?
There is a few over here.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, I see like someone standing like with the hat and the pants.
Shadows of the Moon wins it.
It's Washington. You can see like the chin and stuff like that in the eyes.
Yeah, because like right down here is his collar. This is right here is where everybody starts looking first, and they like, well, that's a face right there. Well,
That's
actually,
a little one. That's a little one.
That's actually a shadow under his chin and a collar.
It looks like a child's face, though.
It does.
does.
That's what's crazy. Is it actually does, but it's actually part of his head.
It is. What do you think about orbs, man? I seen that video about. I think it was in the attic, and there was plenty of orbs that you had on your video.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
It's
They saw a black shadow like in a couple.
It's. I wish that I actually still had those pictures, but I deleted them because I was taking up room on my computer, and I need as much room as I can when I'm doing videos and stuff, and I regret deleting them.
Yeah.
But those were actually sent to me by from a friend of mine, and it was in his and his mother's house in the attic.
Mhm.
And so yes, there's a lot of orbs in it.
Wow. Yeah. What do you have you ever caught like any missing like in the battleships or battlefield? Sorry, I know you don't go to ships, but
I haven't caught anything. Just that one picture. I haven't seen any more, and I don't know if it's because I'm not looking, or if I'm got my mind closed off to not see it, or what. But that one is the only one that I've got so far. I've still got footage from other ones that I got to go back and look at, and just like really, after seeing that, I've got to go back and just really start diving into the footage and see, okay, did you catch something or did you not?
yeah, that's amazing. I mean, like it's just like looking at old photos. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
from the, I know that you show one of your videos of you think it did look like you. You're in a Confederate, not a Confederate, but you were in a Confederate an outfit, and you said it looked like you, like it was part of your family heritage or something like that. I don't know if you can find that one. Yeah, that's just amazing. I mean, I want to look at old photos. That'd be awesome.
So who's that, Jack?
Oh Lord, you're gonna put me on the spot.
Eli.
Glasses
It's
on.
like you.
Bring it down a little bit and put me where she can see me on the screen.
There you go.
It's so far away. Looks like you,
Yeah.
but it's not you.
Oh, look, let's see. Let's do this. Did that help any?
No. What?
AAP said very cool pics.
He's definitely bigger in this picture. If was he a general?
Yep.
That's not.
Was he your uncle? Wow, it'd be amazing if it was. Wow, maybe he had a second life. Maybe that was you way back then.
He's a general, but
yeah, it's a 3-star.
yeah,
So he's general.
yeah.
Wow, that would be amazing just to find out about that.
Well, there's a woman with him too.
That's the real Buford, AAP says.
No, yeah, right. Have you ever came along with any skeptics like telling you things like?
Yeah,
Like
they tell me I'm full of crap all the time.
Damn.
I'm like, well, you believe what you want. I know what I've seen.
Don said it looks like a German.
I was actually at Antietam Battlefield.
Yeah.
At Sunken Road. They had a guide there that was telling about Antietam and the Sunken Road and stuff like that. I said, well, what do you think about the paranormal? don't really think about it. It's nothing that interests me. I said, okay. So I pulled that picture up of the cabin. He said, well, I don't see nothing. That's the exact words out of his mouth. I don't see nothing. I had it zoomed in, especially on the little boy, so he could see it. I don't see nothing. There was a couple standing there that he was talking to and said, can we see it? I said, sure. I handed him my phone. Oh my God, there's a little boy in the cabin.
They didn't want to see it because they didn't want to. They wanted to be right in their mind that you don't have a picture of a spirit.
And but those two, that couple saw it, both of them, the man and the woman. They like, that is amazing. I said, this was taken from Chickamauga battlefield. Really? Yeah. I used to live 5 minutes from it, so yeah.
Wow.
And of course, I got whammed and overwhelmed on Sunken Road. I mean, that about did me in.
Oh.
That was one of those things that I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. I don't know too much about this. I might have to close my mind off to this mess and be able to do these battlefields and stuff.
True. Ron had a procedure today at the hospital, so just let everybody know. So you can send out some warm prayers for him. He's one of my mods, and
you take care of Ron, definitely. You know, this next picture I'm going to show is bad, and I mean it's nasty bad, and it's actually from prisoners that were kept in Andersonville prison. I think I still have it. God, I can't remember. I had it.
So
I had it the other day.
Thanks for coming by. Happy New Year, Christmas.
Where am I going?
Yeah, poor Ron.
Let's see. I still got it.
Nobody likes him.
Nope, no one likes me either. Just kidding. I want to go to a attraction, like haunted attraction. I've never been.
You would be scared, bro.
No, wouldn't. I think I would like enjoy it.
Well, then you just come to my house, and if you can handle my house, you can handle anything.
Dude, your house is freaky, man. Damn, even with those dolls must like me, man. You know what I mean?
They only seem to want to talk to you, bruh. I don't know. I turn the cat balls on, start recording. They don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to you.
Okay, Vodka. Man, thanks for coming in and sharing me out. Appreciate it.
Yes. Good night, Vodka. Love you, sis.
Let's see here.
Oh, Doris is going. All right. Good night, Doris.
Hey,
Love you,
Taylor,
girl.
Are we doing good? Hey, guys. I know I've been busy with my classes. These are just reading classes, and hard to see a little bit, but I mean, they're doing good. But I got to go tomorrow to get them filled again.
Yeah, he's up there trying to look like Jax with his glasses. Look at that.
Oh shit!
No,
it's true. They were wrong. You know what I mean? Like, they were wrongly made because, at first I had my high blood pressure high that day, so
his diabetes was through the roof.
Yep,
So, well, he doesn't have it not switched anymore, but that affects your vision.
Yep. And so I'm gonna go through all your videos. I have been. So there's a lot of people I gotta watch videos on. So I will watch those videos more. You know, I have been going through them last couple of days. So
we are catching up, and for all the new people that came in here tonight, we will get back. We will check out. We will hit you back up.
Oh yeah.
We don't take down the chat so that way we can go back and say, "Oh hey, forgot about that one. Forgot about that one."
Hey, so what do you think about near-death experiences?
Yes, he did, Donna. He doesn't smoke anymore.
I haven't.
Years ago.
I don't discount them because I don't know. I've heard people talk about them. I don't. I can't say anything about it as far as because I don't know. You know, I can hear what people tell me, but until it, you know, I've had it happen to me. What what happens. What happens when you go on.
We don't know if we haven't been there.
I don't discount it though. I don't
Right.
discount nobody that has done that and gone through that, because it interests me. Like, okay, now I'm not going to go up to somebody. I'm going to go, oh, what'd you see? Was your parents there?
Right.
No, I don't. I'm not asking none of that mess. I just say, tell me about it.
You got a recorder right there. Tell me what happened over there.
I'll tell you everything what came with me. But
and that's the thing. And that's the thing is, I'm not going to ask stupid, dumb questions. I'm going to say,
hey, Jax.
Jax.
What happened? What did you experience? That type of thing. But that's the only question I'm going to ask. You tell me. Hi, Jax. But yeah, it's
wild. It's wild. I mean, seeing your room when you're gone, put to sleep or whatever. I mean, like, you see in your room, you see the same doctors when you wake up. Like, I know I've seen it all.
Right.
It's a wicked experience. And hey guys, you can go back to my video and watch it. It's all there.
I mean, if people want to talk about it to get it off, and say, hey, this happened to me, I want to talk about it. Great, we're here. If you ever everybody, has had an experience like that. But if you don't, there's some people that just don't want to talk about it, and there's some people that just die and they bring you back and they'll say, oh, well, you died while you're on the table. They don't know nothing, no worse, nowhere. They were still asleep.
Right.
So, I mean, not everybody has the experience Eli had or Christy's husband or a lot of people,
And it's different for everybody. I mean, if people come back from being on an event, and they're saying, oh, you weren't dead. Yes, you were. Because the stuff I seen, you don't see in dreams.
Right.
You know what I mean? I might have seen like what's going to happen in the future, how God was showing me. I say God because God's a part of my life and He's good.
Right.
I know Jax believes in a different way, but or someone else, but God is good. Whoever you guys believe in is good. And all I gotta say is God helped me through it. God gave me a second chance, and God is amazing. I'm not here to preach. I'm saying.
Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to show you in that's out of sequence. Let's see.
Me and my husband. I'm sorry about that, Donna. I know. I know it's still rough on you.
Save him, AP. We're gonna ask you about him. Trust me.
Oh, trust me.
Eli's gonna throw you those curveballs, brother. He's gonna throw those curveballs.
This is Andersonville Prison.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it looked like. You can see how many men is stacked in there.
They're piled up.
Yeah, they're just on top of each other. Well, when they died or were killed, this is how they done them.
Mm-hmm.
They dig a big trench and start throwing them in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where it gets crazy. And I advise you, if you're squeamish, you have a squeamish stomach, do not watch, because this next picture is bad. This is actually how bad the prisoners were treated in Andersonville Prison.
Mm-hmm. Very sad.
Those are actual prisoners that were still alive when these pictures were made. And yes, when I tell stories about the history, pictures like this get put in my videos because I want people to see the real stuff. Oh, they've been beaten and starved and all kinds of stuff.
For death.
They've been put all the way to the brink of it and didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that people don't see. They don't get to see. And I get to see these things because I dig enough information up that I see these pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, it's wild for me to see stuff like this.
That is.
Let's see. I think I can find it.
Put it on big screen so you can show the pictures better. So I don't need to see paranormal. I have enough in life. Exactly right, T-Bird. I know that for a fact. I know, right? Oh no. But thanks for coming by, guys. I appreciate it. For supporting Sheriff. He's a pretty good guy. Supports everybody.
Yes, he does.
I'm not drinking the soda. It's a Zilvia, by the way.
I was gonna jump on you about it, bruh.
Yeah, people just like, you don't need one.
That's only because I care about your health, bruh. That's it.
Shit. Shit. Get a pizza, get a pizza.
Dude, I had pizza last night, but it was a tiny, small one. Oh my god, I haven't had pizza in like, I don't even know, well, month, almost 2 months, bro. It wasn't that good. It really wasn't.
Nah.
I'm not missing much, bro. I'm not.
No.
I've had pizza my entire life. I wasn't missing much.
Yeah.
The salad I had the night before was better than the pizza.
Yeah. Hey, could there be any unhealthy spirits stuck in mirrors? I know that. Who had it? Beth had one in her house, didn't she?
Yeah, she's actually got it. It's bound and salted.
Oh, okay. Salted? What does that mean? Like
They use they put salt around it so
okay,
they would leave,
okay, cool.
or they couldn't do anything. I'm assuming.
Right.
Okay, you can bring me back down because these would be share pictures.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Let's see here.
So, guys, any questions you guys got in the chat?
Well, wait. So where they were burying him, is that the Bloody Lane?
No, that was actually Andersonville Prison.
Okay. Because I was wondering why that lane was just like that. You know,
Yeah,
that kind of looked like it.
That's what they call a mass grave.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they were doing with them.
Well, they did say they did the same things with the concentration camps. Just talking about, you know.
Yeah, they done the same things, but just a mass grave, throw everybody in, and
years and years later,
be done with it.
Man, maybe I could have wore a little nice shirt. We would have done that shit. He says he has Bruford on the 75-inch screen. I was like, damn.
Oh shit!
You could have told me I would have looked all pimpified.
Damn, you get Eli up there looking all smexy.
Oh shit! Come on.
Oh, now come on, where did he go?
Sexy.
Let's still some watermelon and shit.
Go get your oranges, shoot.
They make some money. They make some money, man, for real. Not to sound like that. I'm just saying. You know.
What that people?
Shit. I ain't worried about that shit, dude.
Okay, where did they go? I just got them.
Eli did it. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. Oh, shut
no,
up.
you didn't do it.
They done pissadeered on me.
What's up, Abandoned and Forgotten Wells? How's it going?
Hey, Abandoned Forgotten Wells.
Thanks for popping in. Damn, it's 1 o'clock in the morning? Damn, thanks, Dad. Thanks for your support. I appreciate you sharing me out and everybody else.
And there's the other. All right.
Oh, are you planning to do like more cemeteries at all, like with
Yeah, we actually have permission from an owner of a piece of property that has a cemetery on it, and the people, it's his family's cemetery. So he gave us permission to actually do not investigation and stuff like that.
I can't wait to see that.
So when the weather gets better, we're going to be able to go do that. So
have you investigated the Jenny Wade house? I think I don't know if you had a video.
No, I haven't. I haven't investigated the Jenny Wade house, but I have been to the Jenny Wade house.
Can you tell a
And
story about that? That would be
and
like
the bullet holes are still in the wall on the outside.
that hole was that wall. Yeah.
No, I'm talking on the outside in the brick. There's still the bullet holes are still there.
Yeah.
And you can literally reach out and put your hand on them and touch history.
That is amazing.
They don't mind you actually doing that, which is cool. But yeah, she was actually in her kitchen, was making biscuits, for breakfast for her pregnant sister, which she was taking care of because she didn't even live at this house.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was taking care of her sister and the kids and making breakfast. And so the door that led into her sister's room, it opened this way. It like the door would be here and it opened out. So she opened it out and stood behind the door because she heard gunfire going on.
Yeah.
Well, one of the sharpshooters for the Confederacy had one of the Union soldiers in his sights, so he took a pop shot. Well, when he shot, about the time he fired, the Union soldier stepped in between the houses. So the gunshot that he fired went through the front door, into the door that she was standing behind, into her back, through her body, and into her corset in the front. That's where they found the round.
Yeah.
It killed her instantly.
Oh, what you're cooking, T-Bird? That is, gotta say something like, can you imagine not, dying and not thinking you were gonna be part of history? You know what I mean?
And that is something that we're all a part of history.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Exactly.
But we don't think of ourselves as being a part of history.
No.
It's like when President Reagan got shot, that assassination attempt. See, I was around when that happened. So that's a part of the history that I'm attached to,
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat. It's bad, but I mean, it's kind of neat to be able to look back on it and say, I remember that.
Yeah, right. So what do you think? What do you think about psychics? Like, have you ever worked with a medium or a psychic?
I've never worked with a actual person that calls themselves a psychic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. If you have gifts, I don't believe you should be paid for them.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I believe that if you have a gift, it was given to you as a gift, and you should give your talent of that gift to people that are in need or that need answers. I don't think you should charge for it. That's my personal opinion. Opinions like buttholes. Everybody's got one.
Exactly. Nice, T-Bird. Man, save me a plate.
But I've never worked with one, so I don't know. I don't know what I really think about them. I would have to actually do like some kind of an investigation or something like that.
Hey, Kimberly, what's going on?
And actually do something like that. Hi, Kim.
Okay, and what's the most freakiest, scariest thing you ever seen in your life? What's up, Beth? What's going on?
The Jackson Eli show.
Yeah.
Probably my dad when I was about 16 because I didn't understand all that.
Yeah.
Howdy, Betty. But here's a picture of Sunken Road. It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it looked like when I did my video on it. That's exactly what it looks like.
Wow. I heard about Sunken Road. It was a lot of killings, blood.
Neither the North or the South ever took the ground.
Yeah.
This battle fought days upon days, and still neither side took it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Imagine that, dude. Like,
Oh, just wait. This is sunken road during or after the battle,
wow.
and
That's so disrespectful. That's horrible.
and
Those
that's
boys had
actual
names.
that's actual soldiers laying there in that ditch or in that roadway, I should say.
Those men had names. Those men, that's why when you go to those places, you hear things. They want to tell their story. Maybe they can say enough of their name or last name, and you can look up a family member and say, "Hey,
They
And
fought.
this is my ancestor that fought in the Civil War. One of them.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Damn.
And he is buried in Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond, Virginia, where Jefferson Davis is buried, Jeb Stuart is buried, and General George Pickett is buried.
Wow. That is wild.
So yes, it's cool and crazy all at the same time.
That is. Wow. Oh, did you want me to take it down?
There we
Oh,
go.
my bad. Okay. I just didn't know you were done yet or not. So
Yeah, I had it. I was getting ready to close the picture out. And I thought, wait a minute, I got to share it.
You're good. So what do you think about what do you think about like haunted dolls and stuff like that? Like,
I've seen them, and I've seen them move. I had not like right here, but I've seen them, on live streams and stuff like that. And I've actually seen the eyes move, the eyes open, stuff like that. So yeah, there's a possibility. I'm not going to, like I said, I don't discount anything until I really can't prove it or I can debunk it.
yeah. I know that you're barely getting into the paranormal stuff. I know.
I'm a greenhorn, as they say.
There you go.
Mhm.
Do you consider yourself a sort of like a thrill seeker or ghost hunter, or
I am just, I guess how you'd label my channel is like para history,
yeah, I like that.
because it's kind of because I'm doing the history, but how can there not? People ask me constantly, do you think that these battlefields are haunted? And I actually answer that particular question is, how can they not be?
Exactly.
Too many people, too many sudden, too many weird deaths, whatever. And a bunch of those soldiers are still buried on those battlefields to this day in mass graves.
Yeah.
The United Daughters of the Confederacy and the United Daughters of the Union have done wonders of finding out and researching where some of these mass graves could have possibly been, and having them excavated and moving them into the cemeteries in unknown soldiers' spot.
Yeah.
But they're doing wonders, with trying to at least get the respect the soldiers deserved.
Exactly.
In the Chickamauga battlefield, there is
I was
actually
going to ask you about that.
there is actually one soldier, Private John Ingram, who actually has a grave and a headstone in the battlefield.
Wow.
His family made sure that where he laid and died is where he's buried.
Oh wow. You reading that? Hey Boomer, what's up, dude? What's going on?
Wow.
Yeah, I was
crazy.
just saying,
Howdy,
man,
Boomer.
Vikings, you know what, man?
Howdy. Howdy Terry Screw Loose. Who else did I miss? Viking King.
Because your boy Boomer.
Yeah, he's in and back out.
I
Because
don't
when he says that MLKIR, he's gone.
Exactly right. I missed his last live, I think. Just so busy with my health and
Well, and people understand that.
Yeah.
We all understand when you can't, get to somebody's live stream or whatever, because of issues that's going on that you got to take care of. So don't sweat it.
Yeah. I do enjoy that the long arm of the lawn hunting TG one. That was a good one.
Hunting Tig.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
Tig, he's my buddy.
He's cool.
I've actually known him since middle school.
Right? Oh, cool.
So
I subbed to Tig.
I haven't commented, so I'm sorry.
We come up with some funny stuff every now and again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Hey, Frugal, what's up?
Frugal, what's up, dude?
I actually had stickers made.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, William Wallace. Holy crap.
Oh damn.
That's back for you.
What about William Wallace?
Terry says I can go back even further than the U.S. Civil War by saying the county I live in is the home of William Wallace's executioner.
How about the Alamo?
I can actually go back that far and tell you that I'm kin to Robert the Bruce.
Excuse me. Oh wow.
That makes sense.
And got paper proof of it.
Wow.
My mom traced our history.
I've got proof that I'm an what do you call it? Lenape Indian. I mean, that's all I got. That's all I got. People get this.
My mom actually has researched it back that far. That we are kin to Robert the Bruce, which was actually the king to be when William Wallace was around.
Sweet.
Jason White Wolf has Saxon in his family.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's very excited that he's a Viking.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Right on, Terry Screw Loose.
I'm Irish too, so
So what do you think about the Alamo, dude? Like, I mean,
I know that it was the what is he? The Mexican general.
Santana.
Yeah. I can't remember the names of these. I know Davy Crockett was there.
Oh, Davy Crockett. Mm.
King of the Wild Frontier. But I know he was there, and
James Boone or Boone. Right?
Bowie was there.
Yeah.
So they did. It was a battle, but
So it was really. I think they stabbed him in the back, but I mean, that's just me.
It was actually a stupid battle.
all wars are.
Right. Give me
nothing good comes from it. What
right.
good? I mean, seriously, if you look back at the history when wars have started, what good ever came out of any damn war except for death?
Right. Well, give me just a second.
Did one side really win against the other side? Because the one side had lost just as many casualties as the other side. So when they're waving the flag, we won. What did you win? You all your mates are dead. There's maybe 20 or 30. What did you actually? Same with the Vikings when they went to war. What did they win? Their wives were killed. Their children were killed. What good came out of it? Nothing.
Well, there's war.
No war has ever been good for and nothing. It just to me, it's. I love my troops.
Oh, I support them. Yes.
My boyfriend. I've
got
very good friends. 2 Marine friends. I've got Army guys. I have friends. I love my troops, but why? I mean, the price of gasoline. Now it's the price of gasoline. I mean, really?
I've got this one question, Sheriff. What made you come up with your name? And y'all know.
Yes, Beth, you're right. War is only good for politicians. You're right, Beth. No,
there's war, there's love. You know what I mean?
Actually, my name is what I used in the indie wrestling circuit, the pro wrestling circuit, but it was the independent And how we came up with it is we used the Sheriff Buford T from Smokey and the Bandit.
I love it. I love it.
And the Cletus part came from one of Roscoe's deputies.
Roscoe Pico Train.
So
I'm an 80s girl, so I know.
That's how we came up with it. And it's stuck ever since. And I was like, well, that's what it's going to be.
We almost have like 50 likes, dude.
Cool.
One more.
Yo, smash
We're
that.
gonna get way more than that, bro. We're gonna get way more than that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Smash that like button before I come out there in that chat land and cup and stuff you folks.
Oh my god.
See, you're sure you better start smashing that like button. I don't want to do. I already hit it, so I'm good. That's first one.
Shit. So where's your next place you can go investigate? I know you told me the cemetery, but
the next probably battle that I do will it might be First Manassas, Second Manassas, and Third Manassas.
Awesome.
So that may be the next video that I actually get for the history part of it. There's other ones that are smaller battles that I would rather do before I do the bigger ones, because everybody's heard of First, Second, and Third Manassas, Charlottesville, Shiloh. They've heard of those battles. I'm like New Market was a decent battle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a good battle, but it wasn't really in the forefront. The Battle of Bentonville, where Beth is, where she lives, it wasn't in the forefront, but it was a good battle. And the actual generals over that battle in Bentonville was Johnston, which was Confederate, and William Tecumseh Sherman.
Wow.
Yes. That's one general I couldn't stand. And I don't care if he was Union or Confederate. I couldn't stand the ground that man walked on. Because he was ruthless.
51. So how was he? Like, I mean, I know he was ruthless, but like, did he at least care about his soldiers? I mean, that fought for him. None. He didn't care if he died and just.
People like that, no, they just had one thing on their mind: win, 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 war, and you just do it.
He started.
He cared for nobody.
He literally started right before Atlanta and started burning everything and went clean to Savannah.
Damn.
Burning everything and anything inside.
Even if he didn't have to, he did.
He didn't care.
Nope, didn't care one damn bit.
He's one of those generals that I'm going to do this, and the more people hate me, the more I like it. So yes,
the more people he hated, the more popular he got.
Off his rocker.
He was, yeah.
Of course, what people don't know is Grant was just as bad as he was.
Yes. They painted Grant and not to be they painted Grant to be a more civilized general, but
he was
just as ruthless.
He was a bloodthirsty general.
Yes.
Wow.
Lee was a gentleman's gentleman.
Yes, he was.
He didn't like war. He didn't think war was good, and he didn't believe in this war that was coming, that he was going to be in. Only thing he cared, he was actually asked to be the head of the Union Army by Lincoln, and he declined. He said, "I cannot raise my sword against my home Virginia, my home state of Virginia. I cannot do that, and I will not do that. So tell President Lincoln that I must decline." And he went home, and the Virginia legislature actually appointed him general over the Northern Army of Virginia.
Wow.
And then Jefferson Davis actually made him general in chief of all the armies.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, Lee actually fought with a gun and sword in one hand and the Bible in the other.
I've heard that.
he was a very religious man.
Very, very spiritual man. Yeah.
And he handled business as a spiritual man. He actually he would get on to his generals, but never cursed them. He never cussed at them or anything like that, and he got more done. That's how come his generals that he used respected him.
He earned the respect of his men by doing that, and they would follow him to hell if they had to.
And his right hand man and his left man were Longstreet and Jackson. When Jackson actually got shot, Lee actually was heard telling his other generals, "I fear that I have lost my right arm."
Yeah.
And
it's Shiloh.
And Longstreet was saying, "Well, we need to win this battle. We need to win this battle." And he says, "I cannot afford to lose my left now that I have lost my right."
And that's Shiloh Blood Pond.
Yeah.
You think about it. You go into some of these countrysides, and people just are walking across the countryside, not knowing the history, what they could be actually walking over.
Yep.
Just walking their dog or playing with their kids in the park, or like a big country field, like they have in the, in some states, and they don't realize that they're walking on history. They don't know about it.
There's one road that you can go down in Chickamauga Battlefield, and it crosses a bridge and makes a curve. Well, on the other side of that creek, men were camped. So there's these big farm fields that, now that where people had camped in the woods and stuff like that for this battle, at Chickamauga. But yes, you're absolutely right, because there's only so many acres that the American Battlefield Trust can keep up with and try to get it put into the national parks as historic landmarks.
It's a lot. I'm sure it's an awful lot.
I try to put it out there. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But I'm going to tell the history as much as I can and put it in your face. And there's going to be pictures in there that people ain't going to like, because it's real pictures. And I'm not holding back. People need to see this. I mean, they need to see what these battles look like when people died. That's just it in a nutshell. And I make no apologies for it. And I've actually sent letters to YouTube, emails to YouTube. Don't start blocking out my videos. This is history. People need to see it.
Exactly.
And so it is what it is. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I mean, I can't do it, but what I am doing.
Well, Sheriff, keep them videos up, because my grandchildren go when they're a little bit older. My oldest grandson will be going into middle school, so if they're not going to teach him American history, I sure the hell will.
And let me say this: that the Civil War, and y'all listen to me and listen to me good. The Civil War was never about slavery when it started. Never. There wasn't even an inkling whisper about it. It was never a part of it until Abraham Lincoln's second term, second year. That's when it became a part of the Civil War.
Exactly. I mean, we just lost touch out of it with everything. I remember the Alamo. Remember them talking about it, and now it's just like they just cut it out.
They don't teach American history anymore. They like here in Arizona, they teach the kids Arizona history. I'm like, well, okay, great.
Okay, well, I mean, Arizona's got some great history. You've got Tombstone. You've got Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday.
Bloody history, but we got one.
You've got one. If you go to Old Tombstone to this day, the actual graveyard is still there.
Oh,
with the people that died.
Yeah, it's there. Boot Hill, yep.
I have been there. I
I'll
know.
get there one day. I've not been there, but I'll get there one day.
I actually got to visit.
I'm really far away from there.
And the name of the Chickamauga battlefield, the actual name Chickamauga, comes from the Chickamauga Indian Apaches.
That's what Ron said. War of Northern Aggression.
And the name Chickamauga means River of Blood. And that's what that battle was. I mean, the creeks ran red. That's how much blood was spilled on that battlefield.
Yeah.
You figure 125,000 soldiers were in that battle.
I know, Ron. Thanks for being here, brother. Ron likes history too, bro.
Yeah,
Ron and I always talk about history, and Eli's like,
Well, I
You
mean,
have to teach him.
I'm trying.
Ron, you should be in bed laying down, bro.
Yeah, you should.
Don't make me come down and kick your ass, because I kick your ass.
Right.
I'll hit you in the head from here. You don't want a good head from here. No.
Right, Terry Screw Loose. That's about the truth of it. And so I'm gonna do my battle of the Civil War, and I don't tell just one side of it. I don't do just because I'm from the South. Don't mean I'm going to tell just the South. I tell both sides because it is history. It's not hatred. It ain't got nothing to do with hatred. I caught flack for actually standing on the spot where Abraham Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address because I am from the South. My Southern friends gave me hell for it.
You want to know something really, really, really impressive?
And I told those boys, I said, let me tell you something. It ain't got nothing to do with hatred, north, south, east, west, whatever. It's got to do with history and history alone. Period.
Tell him, brother. Tell
him. My daughter can recite the Declaration of Independence. My middle daughter.
Cool. That is cool.
She can recite the Declaration of Independence.
That is totally awesome. See, that's history, folks.
Somebody said something to her one day. She goes, no. Back it up. Let me tell you what my mama told me. She recited the whole thing and they Googled it and they're just going, She goes, do I need to keep going? I mean, y'all not got a phone in front of me.
Right.
You called her a stupid girl. She goes, I'm a stupid girl? Well, let's say, do you know what the Declaration of Independence is? You probably do, but you probably need a book to read it. She recited it verbatim.
Exactly.
And I'm glad to see young kids like that can do that.
I raised my children. If they weren't going to get history at school, by God, they got it at home, because their ancestors are history. It's all history, and when they're asked to write book reports and they can pick something, I'm like, well, don't pick something. Pick something good to where you're going to make your teacher go, he had to think about that.
That's what Doris said.
Yes, that's exactly right, Doris. That's it. That's exactly right. That's how he got elected.
I agree. So let me ask you a question: If Lincoln didn't get assassinated, do you think he would have done better than he did?
There's a lot of what ifs that you can throw in there. Would it if he would have lived, would everything changed? If Grant would have surrendered instead of Lee, would everything have changed? Absolutely.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I always
would be actually governing itself if the South had won. I mean, that's in a nutshell. And I don't care. I don't want to hear all these. I'm going to say this word, and people might get mad, but I don't want to hear all these rednecks saying, the South's going to rise again. Shut up. It's over with.
No, we got them rednecks here, sir. Trust me, we're in Arizona. We still got them rednecks here.
They all over.
Let me tell you something. These old cattle farmers up here, they still want to do hangings on the courthouse lawn.
What?
I think I think they ought to bring it back.
Jesse, what's up?
He's still alive. See, Jesse's still alive.
They think that if some of these young kids go in or whatever, they steal their cattle or people come in, you got some of these old timers. They're 90-something years old. They saw the courthouse hangings here.
I think they ought to bring it back. Hanging on the courthouse lawn. I think they ought to bring it back because you know why?
Make a lot of people stop doing shit.
You damn right they will.
Hey Terry, I still got the same Twitter. I'm confused because I'm not really a big history. I used to be a history buff, but it changed. So I mean, I forgot all about it.
Well, I mean, it's not too long ago. I mean, people say, "Oh my God, that was a long time ago," but it was around the time Doc Holliday was around and Wyatt Earp, so it's really not that long ago. It was in, it was here in Arizona, but you hear some of these old timers are like 95, 96 years old, and they're going, well, we should just go back to courthouse hangings. And I'm going, what? But you know what? That's how they feel. That's what they feel. That's what they saw, and that's what they saw stop a lot of things.
I've never seen anybody being hung, but yeah, I think they ought to. Because it would stop a lot of stuff. You bring back that corporal punch. Oh, it's not right to do somebody that way. Well, okay. Well, then this guy killed this guy. Well, you stand him up in front of a firing squad and give him the same treatment.
Well, I mean,
just saying. In Texas, if you kill somebody and at least one person saw you do it, you go straight to the head of the line.
Well,
and that's the way it ought to be. You eye for an eye. If you're going to do something stupid like that, the government should be able to do something stupid to you.
I just think sometimes history does repeat itself.
I agree.
History does. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's history." Well, it does repeat itself in certain cases.
Yes, it
does, and it will.
Well, there was actually a guy that actually got sentenced to death, and he chose his method of being put to death, and it was in front of a firing squad.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yes, he did. He actually did, and it's crazy. I actually have a video of. It's the only officer that was ever executed during the Civil War.
Wow.
And the pictures I showed you of Andersonville, he was the commandant over Andersonville. He was convicted of conspiracy and murder. They hung him.
Girl, how are you, girl?
They hung him.
Wow.
In Washington, in front of everybody.
They have a bunch of squares up in, like, when you go to the courthouse. I mean, you can only get in on one side, obviously. It's huge. Prescott is a huge courthouse.
Right.
But in the courthouse, I'm not sure if they're squares, and they're concrete, obviously, and names were written in them. But I don't think they had concrete back then. I'm not sure. But somehow there's soldiers' names written in the walk going up. And there's a big monument in the middle. I mean, they did something really nice. I mean, I'm pretty sure for the soldiers, and we also have it's a cemetery for soldiers.
Right.
It
goes
all the way down and up on a big hill, and you can see the white headstone.
That's what we're gonna have over here soon, dude.
Well,
like that, they got a memorial like over here for the.
It's a beautiful memorial. I mean, the lawn is green. It's well kept. There's no trash. It's really, really well kept. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, I bet
everything's in a row. I mean, it's all just the way it should be.
Let me see.
Guys, we got 10 minutes.
I'm gonna try to find a picture right quick.
No, you're good. I'm just letting you know. Got 10 minutes for closing down and we're gonna raid.
Go raid Miss Patty.
Yep. I'll put a link out whenever we're ready. So. Man, Carol, long time no see. How you been? I didn't catch up with your videos. I just been, my whole thoughts, man. I just been trying to. That's why I was telling everybody in the beginning. I will get back to watching videos again. So
his eyeballs have not been right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. Well, they messed up in my last classes, my prescription. So, well, because my eyes were, my blood sugar was up to the roof. I didn't know about it. So, they're good now. So, these are readers, but yeah.
He's part of the old folks club now. He got to have the glasses.
But we're going to Cane soon too.
Eli, take lessons, Eli, on how to take care of lawns.
Yeah, I don't work in the hot sun, brother. Yeah.
You know he's a Mexican, not a Mexican, Ron. Jeez. The
Come on, man. Come on. Shit.
He's a Mexican.
I ain't from Mexico. I ain't that desperate. Just kidding.
Well,
There's 3 amazing friends on the panel.
Oh, thanks,
Thank you,
Luke.
AFP.
You rock, brother. I just want to say R.I.P. to Murad Haunted Adventures. My heart and prayers go out to him, his entire family. He will be missed, and he was an awesome,
We did do
awesome guy. Yeah, we did a moment of silence from Jesse in the beginning, but thank you for putting that. That's really awesome. Yes, he was a good guy.
He was funny.
He was. He knew a lot of stuff about a lot of cemeteries.
Oh yeah.
okay. Your kids will never, ever be able to see this monument.
Hit the thumbs up, guys, please.
This monument is no longer standing.
Nope.
This is the monument on Monument Way in Richmond, Virginia, of General Robert E. Lee.
Yep.
It is gone. This is another picture of it.
It was an awesome statue. Gosh, it was beautiful.
What happened to it?
It was taken down.
Yep.
Oh yeah, about that. Yeah, I remember.
Well, they took it down and everything, and lo and behold, they got into the bottom part, and there was a time capsule in there.
Wow.
And actually had books and papers and letters and stuff in it.
What secrets that thing held?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It will be on display at the Smithsonian Institute. I'll guarantee you.
Good. That is.
Oh
good.
yeah.
It needs to.
I think it was a few days ago, Beth. It wasn't very long ago.
Yeah.
Murad, what was it?
Well,
2-3 days ago? I think I heard.
No, they just found out now.
Was it today?
Yeah.
It was today. Okay, I thought it was.
They say it's COVID.
I thought it was yesterday.
Somebody.
Okay.
It's COVID. So they said.
Just as what they do, Terry. That's what they do. Why?
It offends me, so they tear it down.
Right.
That's exactly what the hell they say. Oh, this offends me, and they tear it down.
Why do they care?
I actually sent a cease and desist letter to the mayor of Memphis when they were getting ready to tear one down over there. Sent him the cease and desist, and sent him both laws where he was breaking it.
Wow.
Written laws that he was not supposed to be able to remove these things.
Mm-hmm.
And they went under. It wasn't just a little while later. They was out at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, when everybody was asleep, and they took the damn thing down.
Oh, sure, they got to do the cover of night. They do everything like that.
So yes, I mean, I'm a member of the Sons of the Confederate Veterans. I personally believe in these monuments and keeping them out there in the forefront and keeping people aware of this was history. This has not got nothing to do with hate. This ain't got nothing to do with anybody here on this planet now at this present time. It's history back then.
Well, by God, we'll make sure my grandchildren know about this history, and they won't just know about Arizona. They're going to know about all history.
Right, Ron?
They're already learning now. When I watch some stuff, they'll go, "Oh, Nana, this is boring," and then I find them come around the chair and they sit there staring at TV, and then they find themselves actually sitting down and watching said history and asking questions.
I will tell you what. Go to the YouTube channel American Battlefield Trust.
Okay.
Because they have got a lot of good stuff there.
Pretty soon they're gonna have book reports. Pretty soon the older ones will have book reports.
They'll have stuff on the Revolutionary War. They have stuff on the Civil War. So yes, it's an absolute great place to actually see some good history also.
And if I can't find some good information share from my grandson's book reports, I'm gonna hit you up and say, "Give me some juice. It's got to be an A. This has got to be an A."
Ain't nothing but a thing. I'll guarantee you I'll find him A quality material.
Well, alrighty then. I'll hold you to that. I'm going to say, look, Daniel, we don't need no book. We're going to share. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go at all.
I'll put you right on the spot where you can find anything and everything you need.
Yes. I got an inside man, Eli, see?
Right.
It's just.
I'm going to say, Daniel, where'd you learn this from?
That's good. That's good, Carol. I'm glad you
Sarah, you petite Cletus?
And they're going to go, who?
Carol, all he needs to do is get himself strong and better now, and he can leave that hospital. So a lot of prayers for Carol.
Yes.
Yes.
I got it.
We got 4 minutes, guys.
I just, I history of the
I'm for real, Luke. I mean, for real, I am going to do that. I mean, Daniel's 11. He'll be 11. He'll be in high school, and
and
holy
if
years.
anybody wants to know anything, just hey, hit me up. I'll put you on stuff.
Put your link down, and remember, don't click the link, but look them up. That's what.
Howdy,
Yeah.
Canadian Witch.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
All you have to do is just look up the name Sheriff Buford T. Cletus, and you'll find me.
Yep, here it is right here. Everyone see it. Yeah.
They're saying that, well, I think Luke figured some of it out, that if you click on the link on the chat, then that's how YouTube's purging everybody. But if you take the time to look the person up, what I did was this. I did click on the name, but I didn't hit subscribe. I wrote down the name the right way so I could find it. And then I went back in to find and then hit subscribe. Because some people I can't find. So when I was in your live earlier, AAP, I clicked on the person, but I wrote it down properly. And then I went back out and went back in and used the search bar and did it. So I found a lot of you guys there like that. Hi, Sarah.
But yeah,
So I mean, if that's one way they think they're going to beat us. I mean, look, they're giving us. They used to put it where you couldn't click on the name, and now you can click on the name.
Sarah,
So
what's going
that's
on?
what they're doing.
right. I just
We'll beat it.
when it comes to Civil War history, I get offended real quick when people start coming at me and trying to say, well, it was because of this, it was because of this. I said, well, I think you need to go back and study a little bit more. Don't come at me sideways, because I'll tell you really what I think about you.
Right.
If you want to know it, and you say, hey, what happened at this, or what happened here, I have no problem telling you. But don't come up to me, know it all, and say, well, this is what happened. No, I'll show you wrong. It ain't what happened.
That's how the young ones get schooled real quick.
The history books are wrong, people. They're wrong.
They're wrong.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a funny thing before we have to leave and everything. My ex-wife, my second ex-wife, she was in college. They were studying the Civil War. She came home and she says, do you know what the Civil War was really about? I said, it ain't what you think it's about. And she looked at me and tilted her head, and she says, what do you mean? I said, it wasn't about slavery. She's standing there with her mouth open. I said, it was because the South wanted to govern itself and wanted to export its goods to the North, but the North wanted to tax them. So hence, boom, there become the war. And she was standing there, and she was like, I can't. How do you know this? I've studied it.
All right.
So she would come home. She would literally come home and start doing questions out of her book, not even reading anything about what the book was telling her, and asking me the questions, and I was telling her the answers. And she was actually writing word for word what I was telling her. And she went back and would take that paper back and score 100 on it.
Hey.
She's like, how are you, or her professor was asking her, how are you getting all this information? She says, my husband.
Cam, do you change your channel or just a new one?
He said he needs to come in and teach the class then. She said, yeah, right. Because, I've got a Southern twang and not everybody can understand me.
I can understand you.
So,
right. Okay, never mind.
So, but that's what I did, and it was a funny thing when I blowed her mind, and I was like, yeah, it's not what you think it's about.
Right.
So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, guys. I'm tired. Thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate you coming.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me up.
Thank you, Sarah.
I love my Civil War history, and I'm just now getting that dabble into the paranormal side of it too. So good. That's really going to make it interesting.
I can't wait for you to do that cemetery, by the way.
Well, I can't either. I'm jumping at the bit to be able to get up there. So
He's like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
I think let's go. Let's go now.
Just go shit. You see that black shadow? Right?
There goes Sheriff and Eli running. Bye.
No, I ain't running out. I'm running toward. Did I see what I
So
saw?
we're doing this way. Eli go this way. Sheriff's going that way.
Right.
I'll be
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you so much.
Appreciate it, guys. Doris, thanks for being here.
I appreciate you too.
Claire's, Kimberly, thanks for being here. Everybody's chat is amazing. So
And show these two some love too. You know, they're doing a real good job here. So
thanks.
We try.
We tried. Jax, would you like the same thing too? So I can say my.
Oh, you want to see your thing? Okay, you
Yeah.
want to see your thing. No, I just want to say, everybody, you guys are awesome coming over from everywhere where you came from just to stop in. Thank you for coming in, Beth, Carol, Luke, everybody who came in. Thank you so much. And Sheriff, thanks for hanging out with us because sometimes we can be a little quirky.
Like Beth's comment up right quick, Eli, before we go.
Yeah, you're good.
Sheriff wants to fight him.
Sure. Who's gonna win?
She was one of the ones on the live stream that night.
Wow, car crazy.
You all are amazing and awesome. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you so much.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, and thank you. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. Thank you for being a part of our journey, and thank you for letting us be part of yours. Remember, guys, stay safe out there, and stay positive.
Much love from the sheriff.
Thank you.